It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So out come the Rams now for their first possession. Leading the charge at quarterback, the former Georgia Bulldog, Matthew Stafford.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
First run now for Kyren Williams. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams.
Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
32, 50, 50, 53, ready, 32. Alert, alert, 11, 11.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs them up 5, first and 15. Stafford now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And now Stafford's going to move him around. 2nd and 9 now. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects? We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now they'll change things around before the snap. First carry here for Ken Walker. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. They'll try for the first with Walker. There he goes, left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go instead with Walker. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And Walker once more. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Looking to throw. Harrison. This is Fant on the short completion. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. A good throw there, and this is a quarterback who's still just getting his feet wet, obviously. And by most accounts, last week played okay in the victory. But I want to know, Charles, what was your impression of his play last week?
Brandon, I think a lot of teams will be happy with okay, and early on, it's less about how many
under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 6. Touchdown! Tyler Lockett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Now Stafford over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Back to the air. Stafford on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Flush to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing again is Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. And the Rams are 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. And now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Pass complete there to Nacua. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Stafford. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down. Stafford. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Rams are an extra point away from evening this one up. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Throwing to start the drive. Harrison. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Walker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
They force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is Fant on the short completion. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. .45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stafford will stay out there. He'll lead his guys up to go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Stafford got a man, and he hits him in stride. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the red zone now, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Even with the good move he showed, he'll be brought down short of the 15. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And this throw will be intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
And when a team advances as far as they did, got over the 50-yard line, don't you think that drive deserved a better ending? I think he needs to get with his coaches on the sidelines, make some immediate adjustments, and that's what you do. You don't wait. You do it from series to series, because drives like that, that end with a turnover, that's multiple times they picked him off already in this opening half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A final shot before break. Harrison, he'll fire one downfield for Fant. And a little floater there is incomplete. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the line.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Set and ready to go for the 2nd half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. The Seahawk offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the 1st half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Down to about the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw is Stafford. And he whips that one incomplete there. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 9 yards that time. But nowhere to throw it, decided to scramble, and a nice job, CD. Got the yardage that he needed.
Yeah, and his teammates are certainly going to appreciate that effort, even if his coaches don't, because they would have wanted him to slide and protect himself. But he chose team gain over personal protection.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Stafford going to change it up here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got it. That's Kupp for a Ram touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have taken the lead. So this game tied at the half, but we are tied no more. A touchdown there on the opening sequence of this 3rd quarter.
And what a great drive put together by their offensive coordinator. He had a plan, and they executed it almost to perfection, coming right out of the locker room. Now they're feeling good about their chances here in the second half.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
Maybe they saw something on film. But do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And now they'll shift things around. Walker now on 1st and 10. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Harrison. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Call it a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. First and second down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Looking to throw. Harrison. This one into the hands of Metcalf. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing because...
Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
To throw on 3rd down, Harrison got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, Walker with it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun. Harrison. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
On 3rd down, Harrison. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. They were trying to set up a screen there, but that one just too slow in developing.
Yeah, too slow in developing and well read, because that ends up being a bad feeling for the quarterback. When he's got no blocking in front of him, his guys are just going to let defenders go, and they're coming for him. So if it's not there, you just got to throw the ball at the turf at your running back's feet.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Stafford. Flush to his right. And they'll get him down here at the 23. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum, because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Boy, that was a big gamble for them right there. They went for it on fourth down, showed a little chutzpah because they did it with the lead here in the fourth quarter, and this defense is once again unable to stop them.
Stafford on first down. Dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds a defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the fourth, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
On fourth down, Stafford eluding the pressure right. That is caught, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. On the move to his left.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
32, alert, 10, 32.
Now it's Stafford. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete.
And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll get this down only to the 18.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams.
And he is going to have a Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
3rd and 3.
They run it again with Williams. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And Stafford and that Rams offense, they're going to stay out there and go for two.
They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the two-point conversion to extend this lead. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Here's 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Harrison. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that nearly intercepted. The free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for L.A., it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Today, from Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he's taken down right away at the 39-yard line. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. The numbers a week ago for Kupp: 6 catches, 92 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now Stafford, he's going to change things up. Second and 1. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a handoff. Here's Williams. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Looking to cash in on this opening drive. Here's 3rd and goal. Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make it.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Kyren Williams with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
I think going for it there on the opening drive, CD, if you're that close to the end zone, seems like a no-brainer, and they're able to cap things off with a touchdown.
I think, oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently, I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The numbers for Brooks a week ago. 18 carries, 98 yards, and a score.
They're coming off of back-to-back wins, and I think a lot of credit belongs to this guy right here, because to me, he's not only carried his weight, he's carried a few other guys along as well. He's helped draw defensive attention away from not just him, but open things up for his teammates too. So if this winning streak is going to continue to have some legs to it, he has to remain effective and put together another nice game.
And his pass incomplete.
You talk about this Rams defense.
They were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good game last week. Just over 100 yards of total offense given up.
Oh, Young loses it.
6-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a 1st down.
And now Stafford's going to move him around.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
To the right side and complete to Atwell.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
And now an audible here into something else.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Steps away. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Second and 1 now from the 21.
Throwing is Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams are able to extend their lead. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Now the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
I can spin this negatively as he just got back to the line of scrimmage. But when you really analyze it, he took away a big play for the defense, made it an uneventful run because he...
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw. Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So on 4th down, Sean McVay going to send out the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Young. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Young to throw it. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. To the air once more, Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Legette. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Young going to give to Brooks. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Young to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Now Young. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, Young again. Over the middle, complete. That's Brooks. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle is going to leave him about a yard or so short. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. On 1st down at Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. A throw left side, reeled in by the rookie wideout. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Rams will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
All you hear from coaches and personnel directors in the NFL, how difficult it is for a rookie receiver to have an impact on the game. So much to learn, so much offense to absorb. Looks like he's picking it up pretty well.
I would say so. And how about that for your first career NFL touchdown?
I don't know that he envisioned it quite that way, but if he was smart, he probably dreamed about it a little bit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end. The Panther offense going to see the ball one more time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A 1st down throw for Young. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
As a quarterback, you got to be cautious. You got to understand where the pressure is going to come from. This time, it's a cornerback coming after him. And this time, the cornerback just a bit late getting to him. The penalty assessed.
Got a man. That's Ligon. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Young now. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime. But no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. To throw, Young. Got a man, that's Legette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. Now Young going to move him around. Young now on 1st and 10. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Young. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
It's Young on first down. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that will bring up second down. Young. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Umpire threw the flag. Usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities. But always, always making sure no one's holding.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Young. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Young off the play fake. That is caught by Thielen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Young going to give it up on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the
touchdown Panthers. Deontay Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Stafford here. Looking for Cooper Kupp again, 2 in a row. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That was a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against him.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Stafford going to change it up here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Pass complete there to Nakua. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the red zone now, Stafford. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. On second down, here's Stafford. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. There's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nakua with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game, because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now the offense for the Panthers here, getting the football back. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
First down, Young. That one complete to Leggett. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Throwing, Young. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And we got an injury here. And I believe, yes, that's the wideout, Adam Thielen. To throw on second down is Young. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Again, it's Young. That's pulled in by Brooks. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now they got to get to the line quickly. First and 10, Young. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Xavier Leggett, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Panthers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Stafford going to be taken in here by Nacua. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now Stafford, he's going to change things up. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. Throwing right, and that's complete. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Stafford on first down. Rolling to his left. fighting him off. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll run again. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here we go on 4th. Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 31 yards. And the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Los Angeles, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they'll fall to 1-2, and they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Till next time, we say so long from Charlotte.
today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And if you look back to last week, it was all about their defense. Anytime you hold an NFL team to single digits, that's saying something.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. You talk about this Rams defense. They were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you'd consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And they'll send Kupp in motion right. On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion.
32.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 40. Out of the gun, Stafford out to his left. Got a man open, it's Tyler Higbee. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 31, here comes second and a yard. To the air again, Stafford eluding the pressure right. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Off of play action, here's Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
Well, the Rams hit 3-0 here in the month of September, and they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second down and 8.
Here's Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. To throw is Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
2-2 Atwell.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon.
Well, you've got to like that start on both.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Ernest Jones there for the tackle.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it 2nd and 7. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, a pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Yeah, we dominate today. Set, 50.
They begin the drive with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double-team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
40 got.
Again, it's Williams. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. Powerful running. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. They'll try the air now with Stafford. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
So from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard. Now a give to Taylor. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll run on first down. It's Banks. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Second and 9. Here's Richardson to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Now Richardson. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 14. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Richardson now on 2nd down. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now Richardson back to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown Colts. Juwan Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Rams going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He gets this into the hands of Kupp once again. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break.
As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who are out in front in the second quarter. Jackson Smith-Njigba, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down the West Coast to Santa Clara to check on the Niners at home at Levi's Stadium. And
all right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he floats one there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down. Throwing again is Stafford. Flushed out right. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Stafford now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Stafford looks to throw again. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll check this one down to Taylor. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. First and 10, Taylor now. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
From the shotgun, Richardson.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
Meanwhile, Richardson's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 28. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it.
A little juke, and they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
On the handoff, Taylor.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and
goal. Richardson.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
So roughing the passer there on 2nd and goal. They'll get half the distance and a fresh set of downs to try to punch one in.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Taylor will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line. And here, they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Flush to his right.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Back to throw. Stafford eluding the pressure right. That'll be caught by Kupp. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now a first down throw. Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nacua.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's going to have to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now Stafford.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
And with the scoreboard against them here in the 4th quarter, this was definitely 4-down territory. Really nice job there finding a way to get open, and a really nice throw. That sets them up with 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Williams trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1.
Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's Stafford. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. Touchdown!
Kyren Williams
from a yard out.
And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And
no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. So here are the Colts to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Again, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Richardson out of the shotgun. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. Now a 2nd and 6. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Try to take this home. They'll run. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So now Stafford and the Rams down 17-14, a minute 47 on the clock. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Flushed out right. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end, Higbee. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Stafford. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off.
Touchdown, Rams! Puka Nacua, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Rams have taken a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Yeah, part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Kickoff
team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Richardson to throw it. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Now Richardson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now they burn the timeout, and they're kind of in that gray area where they might be able to get 2 plays in, but maybe just 1 play left in this ball game. We'll see. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. One last shot for Richardson.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen.
Tonight, from Los Angeles, California, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The LSU connection, Burrow to Chase for the Cincinnati first. The numbers a week ago for Chase, 10 catches, 116 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number one in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. This is 2nd and 8. Burrow will throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 21. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. They'll run on first down with Moss. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
This 2nd and 4. Right back to Moss. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Burrow looking to pass. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Jamar Chase who finished it off with a touchdown reception. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A first run now for Kyren Williams. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. You talk about this Bengals defense. They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a poor one, especially given the new rules. They're going to be backed up deep to start this drive.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Stafford here, coming off his pick 6. That's caught, Puka Nacua. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards, the final tally. Well, no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here.
On first down, it's Stafford. Rolling to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
32.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Again, it's Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So on fourth down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. Fourth down. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
If he writes a book in the offseason, he ought to title it Undaunted, because where he is on the field, back on his own side, and goes for it and gets it, I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah, only thing you can justify it with is it was only a few inches that they needed. If it's 4th and 2, probably doesn't do it. Hey, he got it. Give him credit.
Yeah, but if they don't pick it up,
then you're in trouble.
Yeah, they're giving points to the other team at that stage.
The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford escaping the pressure right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. And the Rams at a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And they were able to tough it out last week, a close one-score game. And those are the kind of wins that pull you together as a team, because everyone gains confidence, and they feel like they can continue to get better.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Stafford. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To the air again, Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. But he's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10. And now Stafford's going to move him around. Up the middle, it's Williams. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. From the gun, here's Stafford. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Williams. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Williams again. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Kyren Williams, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Rams go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it was capped off by the Kyren Williams touchdown run. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. He threw his 10th touchdown on the year last time they had it, and he'll look to keep it going here with a 1st and 10. They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. Quick slant caught by Chase. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play action with Burrow. Looking deep here for Chase. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the 1st down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Here we go. Right, 80. 11.
Now Burrow. It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal 1st. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 1st down. Here's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Rams are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
2nd and 10. Stafford going to change it up here. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flush to his right. That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Throw left side complete. That's Morris. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Throwing again is Stafford. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Superdome in New Orleans, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road. Rachaad White, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now they'll change things up. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They snap it to Stafford. On the move to his left. And that's going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now Burrow on 1st down. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. This pass into the hands of Turner. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now it's Burrow. Finding Hardman here over the middle. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. He'll dump this one off to Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
McPherson's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a play fake it at Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford now to throw. Open man is Atwell, complete. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Off of play action, here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. We may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive. at the 30. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general and the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And the Bengals on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Cooper Kupp on the slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Being chased out left. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Now 2nd down and a few inches. Now we give up the middle to Williams.
Well, partner, I haven't seen a vote for most popular player on the team. This guy's got to get a lot of votes. He does not care, does he? Totally unselfish, physical runner, doesn't worry about yardage, just keeps moving the chains, being a team player.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Again, it's Williams. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals have just about sewn up this football game. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll give this to Moss running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return.
So now Stafford and the Rams
down 17-14, 35 seconds to go. Now their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Stafford. He'll buy some time right.
He'll get this one complete to Atwell.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Huge play there. Now, do you use that timeout or try to hustle it up?
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So as it turns out, a 2-play drive resulting in the field goal. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
This is 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to win the game.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. First throw in overtime for Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford steps away. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. 36 yards.
Just straight money right there. The biggest drive of the game, a chance to win it in overtime. If they've been saving that play, they sure pulled it out at the right time. A huge turn of events there.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. And he comes back with one complete. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Rolling to his left. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. They'll roll him out right. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ball game. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford rolling to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Play action. Stafford.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now a timeout called for by the offense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. Back to throw, Stafford. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Well, partner, you and I were excited for this one today and certainly had its moments. Some good execution at times by both of these offenses. Defenses both made some plays as well. And always a joy to be up here in the booth next to you, my friend.
Yeah, it's a privilege to be up here in the booth next to you as well. Thanks for taking the time. And let's go ahead and get ready for our next one, right? I'll see you in the film room. Get that preparation started now.
So for the Rams, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say good night from Los Angeles.
Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears taking on Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams.
Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. We have a 1st and 10 forthcoming. We have a red zone alert as well as this offense looks to punch it in a scoreless first quarter. They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get to 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They've got to like what they're doing on this drive.
Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
Touchdown! Puka Nacua, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Rams put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely. Let's see what this defense can do here. Ball at the 18-yard line in the red zone.
Throwing on 1st and 10, Williams.
Caught by Allen. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. He's done it. 1,000 career catches with that last reception.
I don't care what you've done in your life. How many things have you done 1,000 times of significance? How about this? With that catch, now closing in on the top 10 all-time in NFL history, a very significant achievement.
He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Oh, we made a big deal about catch number 1,000, as we should. Now he's at 1,001, so he's building towards 2,000, Charles.
I like your optimism, and I love your math. Let's go ahead and get the next 1,000, and he started on it already.
Swift. Going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Williams. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. Allen's got it complete. And he will have the Bears' first down. They needed 5 there. Coming up here, this defense looking for a 3rd down stop in the 2nd quarter. To the air, Williams. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Bears. Roma Duke. Second quarter, this defense looking for a big 3rd down stop here. They're already down on the scoreboard, just trying to get the ball back to their offense. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as it's... To throw, it's Williams. That's complete right side to Kmet. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. To throw, Williams. And again, back to Kmet. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Looking to throw is Williams. And it's caught. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Lutz with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Got his man, and that's the rookie 4th-round pick. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. That's into the hands of Tutu Atwell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down. To throw is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Stafford looks to throw again. Going to be taken in here by Nacua. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here is 3rd and 5. Stafford. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Flush to his right. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They showed great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And the half will begin with a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
On 2nd down, here's the option. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Williams. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
And they visited the end zone frequently in this one, and obviously they wanted another one. But give credit to the defense there. They may not make the comeback, but pride showed. Good sack on that play.
Williams. Open man, it's Scott, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. The tight end in motion right. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Throwing is Williams. And he's going to go down. sacked right around the 17. It'll go in the books as a sack and a loss of a yard, but more importantly, it leads to 4th down. The kick by Lutz is good. And the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Kupp. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the 4th and final quarter. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up.
They'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A.
Colby Parkinson
from 4 yards out.
And the Rams have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And the result for the Rams, a touchdown. The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
To the air on 3rd down is Williams.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Here's Stafford. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
To the right side and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Williams.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's got this down to the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Now they'll audible to something else. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Out to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to swell the lead to 6.
The kick by Lutz is good.
And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So now Stafford and the Rams down 27-21. Just over 2 minutes to go. Their undefeated season, it's in danger unless they can score here as they've got a 1st and 10.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
Pass complete there to Nacua.
We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now Stafford. Flushed out right. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now it's Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Stafford now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua with his second touchdown of the night. And the Rams are an extra point away from going back on top here in the fourth. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused, because they still have some work to do?
5 plays there on that drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. So the focus now shifts to the Bears, trailing by a point, 1:15 remaining. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. To the left side, into the hands of Odunze. Here comes second down at 5. Back to throw. Gets this to Moore. On the move past the 40. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Here now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Swift. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Williams going to throw for it. That is intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Rams are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And able to get this out to the 25. Here's 1st and 10. One last throw here for Stafford. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent